In this section, we will review how to enrich your datasets in QuickSight using joins, functions, and filters on data. In this specific video, we're going to look at how to join your datasets and enrich it. Once you have a dataset, you typically want to join that with another one for regular use cases in analytical reports. With QuickSight, you can join one or more tables within the same data source, like Redshift, Athena, or RDS sources. There are two ways to join. One, using the join option in the Spice editor, or two, a custom SQL. In this video, we'll focus on the first type. Some precautions and exceptions. When you define the conditions, the data types for columns in the two tables must match. So if you're joining a column which has string data type, it has to be joined with another table with another column that also has string data type. Second, you cannot use a calculated column when in the join condition. So for this, a working example we'll take is joining the USA census data, which has the salary and population by zip code, with another data set that has the zip code to city mapping. I have put all the files in the Git repository. The first one we'll see is the USA census salary by zip, which is by zip code having the median and median salary as well as the population count. The second file is the USA zip code listing. This file is like a typical CSV file with double quotes in every column and comma separated. Okay, so now let's look at Athena as a way to create tables and then use QuickSight to visualize this. So in both these scenarios, I have uploaded first the files to their respective directories in S3. So USA Census has the USA Census by zip code file. Then USA Zip Code List has the zip code to city mapping file here. Now I'll go to Athena and create tables. The first one I'm going to create is the USA zip code, which has a zip code to city mapping. So it's a simple create table statement with the columns. But one key difference here with the other tables we've seen earlier, I'm using OpenCSV Survey. This allows me to use the file as is without manipulating it and still be able to query it. I'll show you this when we look at the sample. So when we look at the sample records, it's going to show that it reads the record number, zip code, city, state, and look at the location text. It had a comma in it. So it still supports the comma, but it also handles it by the double quotes where the data is separated by. Now let's look at the other table, which is the census table. This does not have the double quotes. I'm using the regular text format. And when I query this, I should see the data. Yeah, so you can see zip code, median income, mean income, and population count. Now I've got all the data ready in Athena. Now let's use QuickSight to register them. So in QuickSight, I'm going to say new dataset. I'm going to select Athena. I'm going to call this USA Census Join Data. I'm going to select my database as QuickSight Demo, which has those tables. So first I'm going to select USA Census by zip. I'm going to click on Edit Preview Data. Okay, so I've got the first table. Now as I want to bring in the second table, I'm going to click on Add Data. Now here is going to again show me the schema name and the other tables that exist here. I'm going to use USA zip code list. Now it's asking me, how do I want to join this? So click on this thing, which is the join icon, how to configure the join. And here it gives me the clause. So I'm going to use zip code from USA Census. And then from the zip code list table, I'm going to say again zip code. Okay. And by default, it's going to use inner join. And once I apply this, I do have the option to use the left, which returns all records from the left table, and then only the matching records from the zip code list table, which is on the right. Now, this is useful in scenarios where you want to bring in records that don't have a proper mapping in the zip code list table. But in this example, I'm going to stick to the simple inner join, which means it returns only data that matches in, by the condition and have data sets that exist on both sides. So once I apply this, it's actually doing the join now. There you go. So now you can see that it's joined that the zip code in the first table and the zip code in the second table. And now you can see the city, state, all the other data coming in, which I need for my reporting. I'm going to again rename this and then do visualize. I'm going to do save and visualize. And I'm going to select the vertical bar chart. For my x-axis, I want the state. And for the y-axis, I will bring in the population count. Okay, now this is a useful chart. So now I can see that California has the maximum population within the United States, which makes sense. So this is an easy way now to join the two data sets and see the visualizations right there. First, just a recap of what we discussed in the presentation. This is for your reference in case you want to review this. Now, another option to join is custom SQL. This is a place where if you know the query, then you can just type in. In this example, I've typed in the same query, which is the joining the two tables, but in the SQL statement. So you have that option as well if you want to go that route.